Now in high definition, this is a Storm Team 7 weather alert.
Good afternoon, I'm Cameron Ridle. Thanks for watching ABC7. We're interrupting your normal scheduled programming this afternoon to get you updated on the severe weather situation that is moving across central Indiana. Looking at this weather map, as we've been reminding you all day, Indianapolis as well as south central Indiana is in a high risk category. That's something that rarely ever happens here in Indiana, so you know that it is very serious. Commonly, Indianapolis is in a slight or moderate risk, as we have been throughout the season this year. We have been in a slightly moderate risk, but this is the first time that we've been in a high risk situation in a very, very, very long time. High risk is also what the cities of Tuscaloosa, Joplin, Mississippi, Missouri, what they've been under when those devastating storms hit their area. So you know that this is a very serious situation that you need to pay attention to right here in ABC7 and at the IndyChannel.com. Severe storms moving across Indiana as far as all the way up to Detroit, all the way through Kentucky. Moderate situation just above I-70. That line would be about the dividing line for high to moderate risk storms. Current temperature right now in Indianapolis is 84 degrees. You see that dividing line just above I-70, 81 in Muncie, 81 in Terre Haute. Storms just moving through that area as they head into Bloomington from Vincennes and Knox County. A tornado warning is in effect for that area. We'll have more on that in just a second. But look at those numbers just above Indianapolis, 75 in Lafayette there, and the moderate risk, and 70 degrees in Gary, Indiana, just outside of Chicago. They are in a slight risk. So you can see that difference with the temperatures. The further north you go, the lower the risk goes. 83 down in Evansville. We've got reports of storms on that too. We'll have more coming that up in our next hour. As you can see, those storms moving into Detroit through north central Indiana, those aren't as severe as they look. No rotation. We are under severe thunderstorm warning through much virtually the entire state and the ABC7 viewing area. You look just toward the west, those storms that you see just west of St. Louis are now what is the next part of the storm for Indiana and Indianapolis. That storm was what went through Kansas City this morning, causing some few reports of tornadoes that ABC News can confirm happened, as well as ominous clouds that everyone was picking up the feed from affiliate KMBC as very, very dark clouds went through their helicopter. That helicopter is also going to some rural areas right now to get a look at the damage, and we'll bring that to you later today on our news at 5. That cell just south of Indianapolis, which is in Johnson County and on the southern part of Marion County, caused some heavy hail reports we got earlier this hour. Egg-size hail reports in the Southport area, as well as pea-size to golf ball size, and also ping pong ball size hail around Martinsville along US 31 and I-65 or in State Road 37. That's on the south side. Look up there near Kokomo. That system there is moving in now. Indian Heights, Muncie, all those areas in that area, be aware you are under a tornado warning as a strong cell with some rotation is moving into your area. So if you haven't already done so, now would be the time to take shelter, as well as keep it tuned to ABC7 for the latest. There's that storm. You get a little bit better look of the massive storm and how far north this goes, all the way into Michigan. And like I said about the high risk storms, you know that there is that this is something serious when just 200 miles south here in Indianapolis from Canada that we're talking about high risk storms. Like I said, that dividing line, you can see how big this front is. It's as big as a hurricane, and it's rotating behind. So what you see right here is just one part of the storm. There's much more in the back that's rotating and still moving eastward to the Atlantic Ocean. All that area all the way over to New York City is under a slight risk of severe storms, but Indianapolis, once again, in a high risk of severe storms weather. You look at this map, you see all of the current watches, warnings. Almost all of Indiana is under a tornado watch. Several counties under a tornado warning. And look, as you see, into Ohio, those have been extended into past Dayton and Cincinnati, Columbus, But just to the north, that dividing line, once again, I-70, you see it's just heavy rain, so flood warnings around that area, as well as in northern Indiana, as well, including Chicago over to Detroit, where they are all under flood watches. The Detroit area under a flood warning, so some very, very heavy winds, heavy rainfall happening in that area. That's bad news for those folks along the Mississippi, because all this water is going to go down into the Wabash River, the Ohio River, which all leads into the Mississippi River, and is going to bring more devastation to those flooded areas of Louisiana down south. Another look at this storm coming in just past St. Louis, heading into Indiana. A big cell around Vincennes, Indiana, and that's something you need to stay alert to as that moves in to Bloomington at the Indiana University campus. Let's take a look at some hail reports. Like I said, hail reports egg size in Southport, and pea-sized ping pong ball size in Martinsville, Indiana, just between Bloomington, Indiana, and the southern part of Indianapolis, where are strong thunderstorm warnings issued all across Indiana. Virtually the entire state is under a tornado watch until 7 o'clock tonight. We'll have more between that around our 7 o'clock news on what happened throughout the day. Well, that might be extended, but for right now, tornado watch for the entire ABC7 viewing area at 7 o'clock. We have a new tornado warning issued in Knox and Daviess County, just west of Vincennes. That's in our southern part of Indiana. That storm is, like I said, headed toward Bloomington in about 30 minutes to an hour. Nothing going on in Bloomington yet, but if you are in Bloomington, stay alert, because if you haven't already done so, get ready, because you may need to get into a safe location, whether that be an interior bathroom, hallway, or someplace to keep you safe. If you're in a store, the managers and who's ever in charge will be directing you to a safe place in the building. That system there heading into Bloomington, TruView radar is indicating some rotation, so we'll keep an eye on that. Once again, it's tornado warning issued for Knox and Daviess County, just west of Vincennes. That's headed toward Bloomington, so it won't be long before that we see some severe weather in Bloomington, Indiana. And now another new tornado warning has been issued for northern Hamilton and southern Putnam County. That's a rotating cell just west of Tipton. That's near just south of Kokomo, right along US 31. So if you're in that area, take shelter now if you have not already done so. So breaking news in Clinton, Howard, Tipton, and Madison counties, you are all under tornado warnings at this moment throughout the 4 o'clock hour as a strong cells with rotation moves throughout the area. We also have a report of a funnel cloud moving through Howard County, and we'll keep you updated on that. That's also near the area of Kokomo. We don't know. We have several reports of funnel clouds. We can't confirm anything on the ground, but the National Weather Service has issued tornado warning for Clinton, Howard, Tipton, and Madison counties. So if you have not already done so, take shelter right now. That is a warning from the National Weather Service. Rotation in that cell. In Indianapolis, a round of rain has just moved through the city, with the heaviest on the southern edge of the county in Southport, where, like I said, we have those egg-sized hail coming from the sky. Nothing on the western part of Marion County through the airport in around 37, but just past Meridian Street on the southeastern part of the county. That's where we saw a heavy hail, egg-sized hail. But there's a dividing line where we had some damage here and some damage there. But that's something that you need to stay alert to, because these conditions change very, very quickly. And these storms have gone across the central U.S. all day long, where they went through Kansas, as I mentioned earlier, with several tornadoes have damaged small towns in that area. And these storms are now on to Indiana, and later on tonight moving into Ohio. But what you see right now on the radar, is just a small part of what is still ahead for the rest of you tonight through central Indiana and moving into Ohio. There's more past St. Louis, and that is moving west. It's a very, very big system that is rotating itself. It looks almost like a hurricane, but what we're focusing on right now is Clinton, Howard, Tipton, and Madison counties, as you all are under a tornado warning. Now stay with ABC7, because World News with Diane Sawyer will have the latest on what happened across the country tonight on 6:30 here on Channel 7 after ABC7 News at 6. Our ABC7 News coverage will continue hour by hour here on ABC7 of what's happening in and around central Indiana, so keep your TVs tuned right here. We will break into Judge Judy through the 4 o'clock hour as need be, as well as our coverage continues today first at 5 here on ABC7 through the 6 o'clock hour with cut-ins during Diane Sawyer, and back here what happened at 7, and of course at 11 o'clock with the nightcast. Again, a reminder of high-risk storms and watches. 2 tornado warnings in Kokomo and in southern Indiana, that's around Vincennes, heading into the IU campus in Bloomington. A severe thunderstorm warning across the viewing area with heavy reports of hail along I-65 all the way to State Road 37 on Indianapolis' southeast side, around Greenwood and Martinsville. Keep your TVs tuned to ABC7 and your computers online at theindychannel.com. We will keep you updated on what goes on through the next hours right here on ABC7 News. I'm Cameron Little. Thanks for watching. We'll return you now to your regular scheduled program.